Hello and welcome to another video on this channel. So, I've been told that rankings and tier lists and whatnot is very popular on YouTube, at least for me. So I've decided before rebuilding my city that I will rank the official LEGO modulars from worst to best. I mean, I like all of them, just some more than others. I have them all here in chronological order. I own all of them, and yeah, I will do my very best to point out what I like about them and what I don't like about them. Ranking last year is the Pet Shop from 2011. I think to no one's surprise, when you listen to the community, the set is rather disliked because I think it's pretty plain, and I think that's my complaint as well. But yeah, the big strength of the set is that it can be split and rearranged any way you like, and the two parts can be placed on completely different parts of your city, and that's what I did on my last layout, where this was in the residential area and this pet shop itself was in the main city part or downtown part of the city. Yeah, that's actually a pretty big upside, and I think that's a feature that I will be using in the next layout as well. Next up, we have Café Corner here, the all-time iconic classic from 2007. Can you believe it's been so long? Yeah, but I think despite of the status of the set, Café Corner hasn't aged really well. I mean, for the time, the techniques were amazing with this angle here, without hinged bricks or hinged plates that weren't available back then. But yeah, there are no minifigs in the set. It is rather plain by today's standards, of course, and there's no interior to it at all. Yeah, people point that out as a weakness of the set, but I think it's more of a strength. I mean, this kind of represents what Lego is all about. It sparks your creativity, and you're supposed to put in whatever you like. And I think that's a great argument. If you notice, if you know the set at all, the colors here are a bit off. I opted to go for dark blue tiles, not tiles, slopes for the roof, because the original roof was featuring dark red tiles, and those were just very expensive. Same goes for the windows, so I replaced that. This one and the one next to that, on the left, the Market Street, those are actually the only two sets that I had to re-brick, meaning gathering each brick individually, because yeah, at the time I started collecting, these two were already so very expensive. But yeah, Cafe Corner ranks 17 for me. Coming in next would be the Fire Brigade from 1932. Just kidding, obviously from 2009. Yeah, this set was the first one where they included an actual vehicle, a car, meaning they cared about a play feature along with this rolling gate. That's a trend for some of the newer sets where they have play features, and this was the first one. But other than that, yeah, it's also rather plain these days. It also aged pretty poorly, especially because the upper room, that's just one giant room. I think nowadays they wouldn't design any set like this. What's that? A modern Lego set ranking in so low? That's right, for me coming in at number 15 would be the police station from 2021, despite there being like 3 buildings in one or 3 parts to it. It ranks rather low, and I think that's for a personal reason. I already have a police station. That's why in my city I have removed any indication from this set that it is a police station. I've converted it just to a regular office building. But yeah, my big complaint about the set is that there is no car included to this, even though it's already massive. I mean, the car would either be small, very tiny, or the price would have been driven up. But I mean, come on, Lego. Whenever a kid uses one of your Lego City theme police stations to play, they need a car to play car chases. That's mostly my complaint. But also, for me, this goes to show that it's just not for me that they set all of these modulars in a different time period. Everything's like classy from the 20s or 30s, and that just didn't work with a police station for me. All right, here we have the detective's office from 2015. And I also like that we have a story going on here with a detective who has his office upstairs, try to solve a case involving the two guys who are playing pool downstairs. And that's always fine and all. I also like every time they include a small business in their big modulars, because that really is what a vivid city is about, like small single person run businesses. I like this very much. I dislike about the set that, yeah, there are no really great, amazing new techniques in there. I didn't learn anything new aside from these, I think, bionicle fists that are included as part of the roof. It doesn't really have much going on. Also, these masonry bricks, I think they are pretty easily overused. I mean, that's the bare minimum they keep here, but yeah, I often see mocks. They're just full of these bricks, and they just that's just an overload, and they should be used sparsely, in my opinion. So this is the bookshop from 2020. Yeah, the bookshop. I mean, many people really dislike the set because it kind of shows a decline in quality towards these sets. And I kind of get it. I mean, it doesn't really have much mass to it. I didn't really have to zoom out all that much to get it all in focus. But other than that, I think the bookshop is pretty cozy actually, and it can be split apart like the pet shop, which is just a great strength of the thing. Also, it has a tree on the front here, the birch. Yeah, many people would put tree in quotation marks. I mean, those are pretty rare on modulars. I mean, proper trees. I think it's fine for what it is, and so is the bookshop. Here we have the town hall from 2012, and despite its iconic status and yeah, it's still being the tallest modular today. I mean, I checked again. The clock tower makes it the tallest modular still today in 2023. Yeah, it has fallen off for me personally a bit. Because in the end it is also pretty plain these days. I think the color was new for the time, this orange red, which they have used in the meantime again on the corner garage. But yeah, the town hall is coming in at rank 12 for me. Speaking of the corner garage, here we have the corner garage from 2019, and what immediately hits you is this angle. That's just amazing how they broke away from this 90-degree angle that Lego is kind of forced to have with the newly added, what was it, a round plate with two holes. Without it, this angle wouldn't have been possible. It's also great that they included a car in this set. I mean, uh, these old-timey cars in these sets, because they are set in another time period, those aren't for me. I exclude those from the city. I just leave them in the box. I try to build a modern city for me. But yeah, other than that, I mean, there's also not much mass to it when you, all things considered. It is pretty, yeah, pretty lightweight, I guess. Also, I don't really like how the staircase that lead upstairs to the veterinarian, that's just an open staircase to workshop. I mean, that's kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, I guess you know about this pun where Dr. Jones, the veterinarian, says no snakes. I mean, Indiana Jones doesn't like snakes. Ha ha ha, we all get it. We know that joke. But yeah, that's the corner garage for me. Entering the top 10 with the Grand Emporium here from 2010, and for the time it had just some amazing techniques like the rounded off edge here. We have a revolving door. Oops, sorry, knocked this guy over twice. With a revolving door here, which was brand new for the time. And there's an escalator inside, which is still top of the game in terms of Lego design skills. Also, the window washer here is fine, and the billboard on the top here, that's also a really nice touch to the entire thing. Other than that, I think the Grand Emporium isn't really all that grand when you think about it. I mean, there are 3 floors to it, none of them all that packed and stacked, and nowadays there would be some room for improvement there. Next up, we have the Brick Bank from 2009, and yeah, it's really great that they added a play feature to the entire thing, where yeah, the criminal would be, the robber would be entering the chimney to get down into the brick bank to break the vault. I also love that there's a laundry included. as part of the play feature. I mean, I guess there's some money laundering going on. Yeah, nice pun, we get it. But overall, the thing is rather blocky. It's massive but small at the same time. It's compact, I guess you can say. This thing I just checked is still the lowest modular just in terms of height these days. But yeah, it doesn't mean that I can't like it. I mean, it's really great, and this is what I would imagine a bank to look like. I also like how they the very first time included these ingot pieces. Those are gold ingot pieces in gray, which are great for any facade. So yeah, the brick bank overall a very, very great modular. Coming in at number 8 for me is the Green Grocer from 2008. I mean, the color is just so iconic to the entire thing. I just thought about what I really like about the set, and for me it turns out that for all the newer sets further to the right that are modern, I frequently forget their names, but the Green Grocer I will just never forget. It's just so iconic, and the techniques for the times were amazing. Like this tower here, that's just great. A little bit of a downside would be that there is just an indication of a flat upstairs, but considering the time period and what they did with the Café Corner here, that they left empty, you were supposed to add the furniture yourself, and that's a nice idea. Also, I think they just re-released these prints in the recent Viking set, and that's also just a nice nod to this iconic set. I remember how I was blown away by the boutique hotel last year in 2022 and by all the techniques that went into it, especially with the angle that it has going on here. There are also prints included to the set, and it's just really a summary of what modern Lego building is, how they included new pieces that just enabled completely new techniques. It's just an amazing set. And I mean, I guess the downside that would be just a nitpick for me, but this balcony, when you put it up next to another building, it just leaves a lot of space of the side visible that normally shouldn't be visible. But as I said, that's just a nitpick. The boutique hotel is just amazing. Up next for me is the most recent modular. That's the Jazz Club from 2023. I mean, the Natural History Museum was just announced, but yeah, as for now, this is the most recent one. I love how this set is, yeah, aside from the great design, of course, there's another story going on here. There's a show going on downstairs. They're preparing upstairs. There's a tailor within this set included who makes the costumes. There's a restaurant, and the chef grows his vegetables in this greenhouse up here. At least that's what they tell you in the instructions. That's just all great how it's all connected. Another downside would be that there also were very few new techniques, and I think in modern Lego cities, especially in the Lego City line, we already have enough restaurants. But yeah, with this set, the last one, and going on from now, I think every downside I tell you, that's just nitpicking. This set is also just amazing. Here's the Parisian restaurant, Chez Albert from 2014, with also a vehicle included, even though it's just a little scooter. But I love how the roof is just rounded off, and the color scheme is just amazing. And what I really love about the thing is that it can be used as like a finishing modular of your row of houses with these stairs here. Not like a corner building, but I show you what I mean. You get your row of houses, and this one just finishes it because this is not really all that enclosed. There's even a window to the side here, even though this would be supposed to be placed next to another building. So that's what I really like about the Parisian restaurant. I thought about what I dislike about the set, but nothing comes to mind. It's just that great. This set, Assembly Square from 2017, I was just overwhelmed back in the day. I mean, we never got 1.5 base plates of modulars to fill. I mean, they even have space for just a fountain. And I love the variety of shops and segments that are included in this set. The techniques are just great. For the tower here, how they use the rolling gate as just a window, or these shovel as a roof. Top notch still. I love it with everything in my heart. One little thing I don't like about the set, when we first got it, we just had 1.5 base plates. What would you do with the other half base plate? It was really hard to fill this or properly integrate this into your city if you are not into mock building to fill the other half of the base plate that was left. Other than that, just amazing. Entering the top three here with a very personal choice of the Palace Cinema, because this is the set that got me into Lego city building after I received it from my wife as a gift. Backstory is that a Lego brochure fell into my hand and I was amazed what Lego could do these days. So I thought, why not give it a try and dig out what I have in the basement. My wife found out, she got me this, and this is what got me into building my Lego city. But yeah, story aside, this set still very amazing. I love how they include a car, even though I mentioned that these old-time cars aren't really for me. I'm a big fan of the cinemas, of going there. I love the feeling, and this is just a classic cinema. It just suits me. I love it. What I don't like about the set, nitpicking again, that would be that this is the only modular still where we get prints. Nowadays, those are not prints. This is the only modular where you get stickers, I wanted to say. Nowadays, that would be prints. So that's what I wanted to say. Also, if you didn't know, the roof is actually just hollow. It's more of a facade, really. So yeah, another nitpicky thing, but Palace Cinema in my top three. Jumping all the way back in time to 2007 for a very unpopular choice. This is the Market Street, and if you know anything about modulars and the history of it, this just started it all. It was a fan contribution, I think, or yeah, long story short, a fan submitted this set to what was Lego Ideas back then. It was called Lego Kuso. The creators of Lego were just impressed and subsequently started the entire line of modulars with this one the very same year, the Café Corner next to it. Yeah, I love the color scheme of it, the history. This gives me some Northern Sea vibes, like a small Dutch town. It's just very close to my heart. It was also a gift, a joint venture, I guess, of my wife and my preferred bricklink seller who she contacted. And he pieced this thing together for me. So another story, personal story behind this one. A big downside for this would be that it is also completely hollow, and in comparison to the Cafe Corner you can't do anything with it because there's a staircase right in the middle to the entire thing, and that doesn't really allow to build anything inside. But because there's a croissant here, it's just the tiniest little hint that this might be a bakery. At least that's what I imagine it to be. Also, in the instructions, they tell you how you could rearrange everything. This one can be replaced here, and this one can be the roof here. That just doesn't work, don't even try. But Market Street is just one of my favorite sets of all time. My favorite modular of all time is the Downtown Diner here from 2018, and that still holds true. I love so much about it. I love the iconic design of a jukebox that they included here. There's a car here in the set, and I told you I normally put these aside, but this one just works as part of this classic experience of the entire diner. Remember the Family Guy joke where Lois said that these 50s diners were very popular in the 80s. Yes, so having this diner in a modern city kind of works, it really does. The lettering here is nice. I love how they revived the color for this thing. If you didn't know, teal was a color that was discontinued, but for this set they revived it, and it was subsequently used on some other sets, even on the one you see on the right here, the bookshop. There are also some more inclusions in this set, like this gym here and a sound studio with like an Elvis-looking guy that also kind of fits the theme. Just a home run for me, and I really can't think of anything that I dislike about this set. I just love it so much. For this final shot, I've put my top 3 picks on this makeshift podium here, which kind of look better in my head, I guess. That would be third, second, and first rank for me. But that's obviously just my choice. These are my picks. I would be interested what your favorite picks are, which modulars you prefer. Comment down below. I always love to see the debate. For the upcoming Natural History Museum, I'm pretty sure it will rank pretty highly for me, given that I love the theme, I love the size of it, that's amazing, and it's not really bound to a time period, unlike many other sets. But yeah, other than that, I hope to see you in the next video. Comment, like, subscribe to the YouTube thing if you want to keep up with my content, and hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.